So today I want to do a special video of remembrance and commemoration of the life of my former foster parents, Edwin and Dianne Palmateer. I lived with them for about 2 years in the early 90s in Nanaimo, where I'm from. They were my foster parents, or temporary foster parents, but their impact on my life, my eventual adulthood, the decisions I would make, the values I hold, they had a lot to. They really informed a lot of who I would become, even though I was with them for only about 2 years. And I thought about them today. I was having a conversation with a friend about something unrelated, and I thought, sadly, Ed died in 1994, and then Dianne moved out of Nanaimo shortly thereafter, and I lost contact. But I was wondering about her today. I was thinking, I wonder how she's doing. So I looked her up, hoping to find her on Facebook or something. And sadly, I found an obituary. She passed away in June at the age of 75. And firstly and foremost, I want to offer my condolences, heartfelt condolences to any of her surviving family. She was a kind person, a very down-to-earth person. I remember about her, one thing I remember about her was the happiest I ever saw her was when she would be phoning any of her children. She had 3 children, and their names were on the phone auto dial. There was like a BC Tel issue phone, and it would have the names of the children on it, and that was always the highlight of her day, was talking to her kids and getting their life updates and recounting that. She worked at a department store. She walked everywhere. She was not a driver. I am not a driver. She saw the world as a pedestrian. I remember, though, how happy she was when she got to go drive. Her friend let her drive, and she was just like, screw this walking. I think I want to learn to drive. I had a lot of fun doing that. She and Ed, as I say, were really shaped the person I would become as an adult, the kind of adult I would become. We're a mishmash of all sorts of people in our life, especially those of us who grew up in foster care. And I feel that they, through their example and their stories that I still remember, they shared with me perhaps a more constructive and helpful worldview that really has helped me weather many storms throughout my adulthood. So when you grow up in foster care, there are bad things, there are good things. I had come to their home after a pretty traumatic parting of ways with a previous foster home, and I did a documentary for CBC Radio about that. I can put the link for that in the description. But after that home had broken down, I was at a very low point in my life. And I didn't know it at the time, perhaps, and I certainly didn't appreciate it, but Ed especially and Dianne especially, they were the people I needed to be with. They offered me, as I say, some very real and helpful tips on how to live, and they offered some structure and routine that I desperately needed. And, well, all I can say is I think about them every day. I may live a long life, and if I do, I will always remember them. And if any of their surviving relatives or friends are interested, I would be very happy to share any of my memories of them with you in whatever forum or format you would like. You can call me, you can email me, and as long as I'm alive, I will be happy to share any of my memories of them with you. So once again, my heartfelt condolences to anyone who knew them, especially their children, Diana, Edward, and David, I believe. Yes.